What
Man,
up?
you okay?
I am. I am really okay.
Nice. I got the coffee grinder, but I didn't get the one you sent me because it was a little bit more. It was 100 reais and 50 more than the
Yeah.
one I saw it. The one you sent me, it was I think 300 something. I got one. It was 200 something.
Yeah. I got it as a wedding gift, so I had no idea
The
about the
price about the
price.
price. Yeah.
Now I love the person even more.
Man, I was like, wow, the people that gave
Yeah.
you must love you a lot.
Yeah. And they got money. That's easy though.
So it's a good one. I'm gonna invite them for my wedding. Yeah, I'm kidding. But I got one, and I got yeah.
Did like it's already with you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I have ordered on Amazon. Please sponsor us, and yeah, it's gonna get here soon.
Right? They
Soon
should.
enough. They should soon enough. Man, let's start talking about the records already because it's nice. I like the flow of the week. It was nice, the combination of the records.
It was
It
it?
was a good
Wasn't it?
flow. It was a good flow. I like it. I like it a lot.
I think
Like
it's
really like
completely
it.
like it's completely different. Like completely different vibes, different styles, like different everything. You know?
Yeah, yeah. That's what I felt. We can start talking about one of yours because you got two. Yeah. Which one do you want to start talking about?
All right. I think I'm gonna start like I usually this week. I usually started my days with, which was with our good friend Mr. Andrew Bird.
All right, Andrew Bird. Andrew Bird is. So, outside problems. What do you like to do?
All right. So Andrew Bird's 2023 album Outside Problems. It's a 9-song album, 42 minutes. And it's beautiful, man. It's just like this dude is doing something. Like he's going somewhere.
Is up to something. Yeah?
Man, it's like we chose his latest album like a month ago or something.
Yeah.
And I was shocked with like the musicality. I was shocked with
The quality. Yeah.
yeah, man, it was so like beautiful. And the thing that I wrote in my text earlier today is that his music sounds old but new, like fresh at the same time, because he's tampering with some classic instruments, some classic styles, but he's putting like his own twist on it. So
Yeah.
I think it makes him very unique,
Yeah.
as an artist. And I was not sure what to expect because we're going backwards on his
Backwards, yeah.
discography. And like I said in the other episodes, the first album that I listened from Andrew Bird, it's like in 2013 or 14, and it was folk. Like the thing was folk. And now here we have something that it is also folk, but he tends more to jazz and to classical music,
Yeah.
but he's doing his own thing on it. So like his latest album, the 2024, I think is a reflection from this because he already started doing that. And I don't know if he started here because we don't know what we're gonna see
What's
next.
What's going on before? Yeah.
Yeah, so I am excited to know about like to see everything that he has done, all the way through like his first records, because I think it's going to be like a beautiful adventure, you know, for us.
Yeah. Like I told you before when we listened to the first one, that it really blew my mind, right? I was really excited and impressed about his first record.
Yeah.
And it was really different, like you said, with all these experimentations. And now this one, I was expecting some singing, and I was like, wait, this isn't all instrumental. And it was amazing. It was really cool because on track there is part of his voice on the song track 5, I think, Mormon House Party, where he just like just like that. And then on the track 8, I think there is some whistling, right? I think it's track 8. I can't remember, but it's all instrumental. It is different, and it's funny because we start listening to the record and then we go through it sometimes because we listen to the record more than once, of course, and then you start realizing a few things. The album is called Outside Problems, and I got from this record, I got it as it sounds to me like a soundtrack where he captures a lot of like I said, he captures a lot of the ambience of the outdoors, of the outside, you know?
Yeah.
It's really cool because, you know, like, for example, track 3, Festivus, it sounds like a party. Like those, you know, you see yourself in this, you probably will explain this a little better. You know, this, I don't know which era, but these people from a certain time in the past, in the old...
It's like a party in the Shire, you know?
Exactly, in the Shire. I was looking for that word. Exactly.
You know, I can see Bilbo laughing with his mates, and, you know, a dragon of fire just flying out because Merry and Pippin just did something wrong, you know? I can see that, you know?
That's exactly it. So it's really fun, right? And track 8, wow, it's really cool. Improvisation on a familiar theme. Yeah. It's like we see him having fun while playing the shit out of all these instruments. Yeah. Of course, he's not there by himself, right? Like I said, we got to give credit to the other instruments, but we see him as the producer of the record and also the recording engineer. So the dude of course he has help, but the dude is behind the whole shit. Yeah. Right? Making his, the artist is him. It's his name. Of course, he's going to go all in on producing everything. And I think I read something that this is the only instrumental record that he has released. So it is a different experimentation for him on this one, right? And it's impressive because what he does before, which is the first one that we listened to, Sunday Morning Put On, whoa. Man, this guy what is he doing? Yeah. Where does he get inspirations? Because this one is from 2024, right? The one that we listened before. And Outside Problems from last year. Yeah. Just a year. And he has another one, which is called Inside Problems. Yeah. That is the one that comes before. So I'm a bit curious. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear that, you know? Yeah. Because it's fun because even though this album is an instrumental one, he's fun with the titles of the songs, right? Like the last song is called TikTok. Yeah. Like what's that about? And then, like you said, that's the festivals. That's the Mormon house party.
It's really such a fun name, man.
Yeah, like I love the improvisation on a familiar theme. Like this is like I don't know what to call this,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna call this is an improvisation on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So I think he plays. I think probably it's because maybe we don't know, but probably is like a traditional song for somewhere that it makes sense to a lot of people, and then
Yeah.
he's improvising on it because it's on a familiar theme, right? So
yeah,
there's probably a hint of that. But man, oh man, this guy is he knows what he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
And
I really love track one. Mansky.
yeah, like
I love
when he starts the album, I take like I pressed play and then I was like, hey, am I listening to the other record? Because it's the same
construction.
yeah, it's the same ambience. I know it's not like it's not like any song that I knew before. But it felt like a bonus track, something. That's why I'm saying that this, we don't know if this is the first seed of what was coming in 2024 of his latest album, but it's the same vibe, but yet not quite the same, because here he goes a little bit more ethereal. You know, he's more like he's using some other elements. Like you said, it's good. You said actually in the text for another album of this week, but for me, this album is perfect for meditating. Like, just close your eyes and just you know, just turn yourself off the world.
Yeah, it's a
just listen to
meditative.
It, you know? Yeah, it's contemplative.
Contemplative.
As well.
That's yeah. Like I said, for me, it feels like a soundtrack capturing the ambience of the outdoors. And by saying that, I mean, like, if you go outside, take a walk, or even like sit down and close your eyes and just appreciate, and it feels like outdoors.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. For sure.
I'm curious to know the one before, because it's called Inside Problem. So probably it's like there are lyrics on, like, singing. I think he's probably singing there. And it seems more, it will probably sound a little more introspective, maybe. Right? Because, you know, so it sounds like a fun record in terms of, I don't know. It's nice. You see that the cover album, the cover art. Sorry. It's outside. It's outdoors, right? And it feels eerie at the same time because it's black and white.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems, but at the same time, because it feels old, like you said, and it's like a soundtrack of an old era, not in a bad way, but it feels nice. I think it's just amazing. I think it's great, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm curious, man. I'm curious to keep going.
Yeah,
you know,
this is a guy that I'm so glad that I pressed play when his latest album came out, and I was like, huh.
the famous
yeah, there's something here.
It's nice, man. I gave it 4 out of 5, right?
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, it's not as perfect as his latest album, but it's almost there, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can see me listening more that one, the 2024 record, than this one here. Right?
Yeah, me too. But but I would listen to this one a lot too because of the because I listen to a lot of instrumental music, especially, I don't know, to read and to, I don't know, in the morning, I really like to listen to some instrumental music, especially jazz and some other stuff. So I think this fits really
right
well
on,
in the in this genre that I like to listen, especially in the morning. You know,
Perfect.
It's I feel like I'm gonna listen to this guy, especially to this album a lot. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Nice.
Awesome, man. I'm just happy that this guy is on our radar.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. I just like how like I'm using Apple Music, and the category is like alternative. they don't even know how to. You just say it's alternative.
I tried to.
I saw that.
I tried to do something with the genre, like alternative jazz.
I like that. I wanted to comment on that. I like that. I prefer yours
because it's not just alternative, you know.
No.
Come on.
Alternative weird jazz.
Yeah. Alternative indie jazz.
Indie jazz. Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Let's do Gary Clark now.
Let's.
Man, amazing yet not cohesive. This is how you started, right?
I did.
Yeah. Go comment on that.
Care to elaborate?
I think I know what you mean by that, and I know what you're gonna say. I probably have the same feeling, but okay. So you go, and then I'll comment afterwards.
I mean,
so Gary Clark Jr. We are going backwards with him as well.
Yeah.
Right. So this record was released in 2019, right? And it's a because there are some bonus track.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long record. I think it's an hour. Let's say, except for the bonus tracks, let's say it's an hour.
Yeah,
it's an hour long. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like I have no bad things to talk about Gary Clark, because this dude is simply amazing. I think he can do everything. I think he can, I don't know, he can go from R&B, he can do rock, he can do fusion funk or whatever the hell he wants. He can sing the damn phone book if he wants, and he's gonna do a great job.
Yeah.
And I think here, what I said about amazing yet not cohesive, I think it's the same feeling that you have, but I'm not comparing artists here, because even though Gary Clark is way better. But you know the record from Foy Vance that you said about those 4 tracks being, you know, they feel like they don't belong.
Right. Yeah.
And here I have some tracks that I feel that are out of place, but at the same time I love the tracks. So it's like, okay, it works. When talking about a cohesive album, I think it would not work. But come on, the guys, and I think like we've discussed in the time that we talked about Foy Vance's, he's risking something, and it tends to work or not. And I applaud him from risking. I think this album is the he has 3, right? 3 albums.
Gary Clark?
Yeah.
No, he has more. He has his first one is 2002. No, 2012. The one from 2015. This one and this year. So it's 4.
So I know. I think I know 3 of them now, because I know the first one. the Black and Blue, the 2012. I know the last one that we listened to it, which was JPEG RAW.
Yeah.
And I think JPEG RAW is perfect. I remember we discussing it. For me, is the best that I heard from him.
Yeah.
And I think here he is experimenting, and I think that's great. I think that's a great thing. But he's going to put out some songs that they won't make sense in the whole
context
piece of art that is the album, but it doesn't mean that the songs are not good,
I know, of course.
Yeah. Like there are two specific songs that I think they are really off in the style, which is track one? 6, Gotta Get Into Something, which is like a fast-paced blues, like Chuck Berry style, something like that.
Yeah, more broad approach, rock.
And there is Dirty Dishes Blue, which is Dirty Dishes Blues, which is straight up, raw blues. Like I felt teleported into a bar in the US, and just a guy with his guitar, and it's just beautiful. Like the song is amazing, and I was not expecting that style towards the ending, and then there is 2 more bonus tracks that maybe that's a bit of the problem. I think if he ended like without the bonus tracks, I think it'd be perfect, because like like the blues would, because he's not that far from blues, but here he goes all raw,
So I understand everything what you said, and I told you, like, it's nice that you compare to what we said about four events. About the tracks being out of place in a record. Gary Clark's discography, I see him doing that, creating and making different songs from each other. Of course, on this one, I agree with you that he experimented more.
Yeah.
Way more experimentation in terms of styles of songs. Different from the other ones. Like the first one is more cohesive. The second one from 2015, which I listened to that record a lot, it's different, right? And of course, this one is very experimentation. But for me, it's nice.
Yeah.
The way he does it. I think it's because of the style, because he mixes a lot of elements that I really enjoy. So he's like I said, he just keeps pushing boundaries of rock and blues. Of course, this one he does it more, and he's always adding reggae, hip hop, and R&B, and some funk and blues. So I like what he does here, and the songs, of course, at some time, it sounds not like a cohesive record, but I see it as it's being on purpose, like really on purpose.
Yeah.
Which I didn't feel that it was on purpose for Foy. Right? So for Gary Clark, which is something that he has been doing that throughout his discography, doing something that doesn't sound cohesive, but for me, it works for him. Like, I gave it 5 out of 5 because I really like all the songs, but I get that it sounds off. Like the songs, they are completely distinctive when you put it in a record, like the song that you mentioned, where he goes full blues, the Dirty Dishes Blues, and the what is it? Gotta Get Into Something. That is really off, right?
Yeah.
But it's nice, which is, and it's funny. I told you that I like raw. And you know me, I like raw and fast paced. And gotta get into something. It's funny because in this record is my least favorite song. One of my least favorite songs. It's weird because I love the experimentations he does.
Yeah.
My favorite song here is definitely This Land, the first track.
Uh-huh.
First track. This is the most like in your face song,
Yeah.
where
Like,
he deals with racism.
yeah. And like the way he mixes like all these styles like of rap, like in hip hop. I never know what's the difference because it's not a style that I understand, but I never know what's the difference between rap and hip hop. But it's something in this realm, in this genre, like in between. So he mixes that with fusion and rock and some blues, and it's like he makes the perfect. Like we talked about when we were talking about JPEG Rock, that he can put all these elements together and he can create something genius out of it, And I think JPEG Rock, he does it like in all the songs, like. But I think like I think it's more cohesive, like we said, and it's like you said, it's like all the songs are good,
Yeah.
But I think I just gave it a 4 out of 5 because for me JPEG Rock, it's still, and I don't know all of his records, so I think it's still his best, But but it's like we're talking about a high quality artist.
Yeah.
It's hard to find something to criticize on this dude.
It is hard. I think my favorite record of Gary Clark is JPEG Rock. Now, I know because we've listened to 3 now, and there's just one more to go. Actually, no, sorry.
No, we've listened to
because
2.
you know the first one.
Yeah, I know the first one, but I really need to re-listen to it.
Yeah, sure. So I really like the 2015 one, but this JPEG Raw is better, and I would say that my second best would be This Land, this week's that you're listening to. Mm-hmm. So it's all that, and so I like all this mixes and all these things that he does, and this is what makes him unique again, because of all this. He goes from like raw singing blues and rock to falsetto R&B tenderness. So this is nice. I really like what he does. And for him, like I said, not being cohesive for him, I think it works for me because I can have it doesn't the record doesn't sound the same.
Yeah,
this is what I wanted to say, because blues is it's a very similar style.
Yeah,
if you take blues, it sounds the same basically, right? So this is what he does. He just mixes everything he loves.
Yeah,
right.
And especially in a record like we said, it's a long record, so it's good that it's different.
For sure.
It's different.
It's nice that it's different. Of course, nowadays in this day and age, we prefer shorter records for sure, definitely. But like being a long record, it's nice to have different songs. So it becomes more dynamic.
Yeah. My favorite song is Pearl Cadillac.
Oh,
man, I just love that song. Yeah. Like the way it's powerful in the chorus, with that. Like a guitar, and the way he sings, like he's in a falsetto, like for the whole song. Man, beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. He can do a falsetto like not a lot of people can.
Yeah, he can. I love this song too. Definitely, I think it's really sweet. It's a sweet song. Yeah, and I really like the "Gotta Get Up" track. 7 with the horns. I just love the horns on this track. Yeah. And of
You
course,
know,
my favorite one is This Land, but like there are so many highlights here. And this one is one. What else?
the beginning of Gotta Get Up reminded me of a song from DC Talk, from their first record, like way back in the 90s, when DC Talk was hip hop, like the first
Which
song.
one? Which track?
Gotta Get Up.
Oh, Gotta
Because
Get Up.
they start with
the
like a
horns.
hornet, and it's like when it started, I was like, dude, this sounds really familiar, and it's with the first song of the first album from DC Talk.
First album. Let me
Yeah.
see it. I didn't make the connection.
Hold on,
DC Talk.
it's fun, man. It's let me see here. Yeah, the song is called Heaven Bound.
Nossa. Nossa.
Yeah, it reminded me of that, man.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
This is so 80s.
Yeah, man, and like this album from DC Talk is something else, you know. Like the
God,
second
man.
song is called Gotta Be. It's fun. It's a fun record.
My God, man, this is like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style.
completely, you know. Yeah.
Wow, man, I have forgotten about this. Their early records.
Yeah.
The second record is called New Thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's
Oh shit, man, it's so good.
yeah. These guys
All
are
right.
crazy, but they're good.
All right, I missed them. They should have continued.
Yeah.
Putting out songs. All right, man. So that's it. So for me, it's 5 out of 5 because I really love all the songs, and it's a dynamic record for me. I can appreciate all the songs because they have different twists and turns. There are different elements. The record, there aren't similar songs because we have, like, one of my favorite bands is POD, and they have a lot of similar songs, right? I love that, but I like dynamic things, like this record brings. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. The next one is the GOAT. One of the GOAT. One of the greatest of all times.
For sure. Man, this is Josh Garrels' 2021 record called Early Work Volume 2, which he released some 2020 versions of songs that he was cooking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had never listened to this record before. But I started writing on my text that this is a dude that he entered my musical life, my musical world, and he just never left. Like, since we found out about him in 2014, I guess 13 or something, this guy, I've been listening to this guy nonstop. Like,
me too.
Like all of his records, and there are some that I listen to more than others, I think that was one year. I always comment about that because I really like those Spotify wrap up that they do, that they show the number of minutes and what you listen to the most. And I don't know, for the past 4 or 5 years, this guy has been in my top 5, like, for,
consistently.
And it's amazing, man. It's amazing the way he can, like, he just like Gary Clark, he can mix some styles and make them sound good. Like he's got his he raps a little bit and he mixes that with folk, but he even mixes that with a little bit of pop, but not the pop, it's like weird pop. And
up, up. Yeah.
I love that about him, and I just love that about him. Like,
It's so, again, it's funny how we love a lot of artists and they're all unique. Yeah. Josh Garrel, it's probably one of the most unique artists and singer songwriter that I've ever listened to. And of course, I thank you for bringing it to the table, introducing him to me back then. And I haven't stopped listening to this guy ever since. And I just love everything he puts out. And what I wrote there, it works for all of his discography. I said about his work has always been very reflective and intimate because he's always writing about his personal and life struggle and always connecting that to faith, right? We can definitely and clearly see he's a man of faith, right? He's a Christian guy. So he's always talking about this. I said that it's simple and yet very interesting in terms of arrangements and styles because of what you just said. Because it's intimate, but he uses a lot of different arrangements and styles on his songs. So we have these mixes of folk and pop and rap and hip hop. I don't know either. So it sounds fresh and good, and making his records interesting to listen to because we have different and dynamic songs, right? The compilation. And it's interesting what he does because, like I said, it allows us to focus on the lyrical content and appreciate his voice because he has a unique voice, very unique voice, so good. I can't even describe. You probably can help me with that, but we can focus on the lyrical content.
Yeah.
Which is the best part. I think it's the best part of what he makes, right?
Mm-hmm, for sure. Yeah, I think he's a lyric driven artist, right?
Yeah.
I love the way he writes about his faith. I love the way he writes about God. And as a Christian, I identify with a lot of what he writes, and the way he puts his words. Just like some other dudes like John Foreman and John Mark McMillan, like these guys, they have for me, a different perception of faith, that it's not exactly mainstream, mainstream faith, like, I don't know, all these mainstream gospel that's being preached most of the time, and most of people know.
Yeah.
And I just love it how he, like you said, his musicality, his instrumentation, they don't, I don't know, they don't sound more than what he's trying to say with his words. I think that's why he sometimes he chooses these songs that are more like rapped, because he needs to convey a message, and when that message is it can fit in that style, he just uses it. And it's just, when you see the instrumentation of these songs, they are pretty simple, but when you read his words, you're like, man, this guy is talking about some serious and deep things,
Yeah.
So it's like this. And even though this record is, I don't know, maybe not supposed to be a record because it's, pieces of
It's a
projects.
compilation, eh?
Yeah, just a compilation. I think he can make it a record, He turns into a record.
Yeah, it's true. I was gonna say that.
He makes it he makes it cohesive, you know.
Definitely, especially because it's like 8-track. It's 34 minutes.
Yeah,
It's funny. It's funny because the first one, it's the first compilation. It's a long one, right? The volume one, I want to say. Yeah, but like you said, it becomes like a record. It sounds like a cohesive record. Yeah,
and it's crazy to see that the album is called Early Work, right? So we tend to understand it as some drafts of
like
songs
demo.
Yeah,
demo.
And he was
demo songs.
Yeah, as he was starting to work on this, and this was maybe it was some of his first attempts to make those songs. And there is a specific version here that I prefer than the one that he put out. My favorite one of the record, which is the children's song, he put out in an EP that he recorded with another guy called also Josh, but he's Josh White. And I prefer his version, man. I really like the version that he put out before. And I really love that EP, by the way. I really like it. But here, because in the other EP, in the EPs is a little more fast paced. It has some more instrumentations, and here is more slow. And it got less elements, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I think it's more him, this version.
Yeah, this of course, I agree with you. It sounds more like him here of what he does, and it's interesting because this EP is from 2018. It's not an early shit, right? Yeah. But probably it's like a song that he wrote way before, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I really like this version, especially towards the end. There's some kids.
Yeah.
In the choir, singing.
They're singing with him. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And here the song is called Children's Song, and on the EP it's called The Children's Song.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's on purpose or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But look, my favorite song here is Mercy Triumph.
Beautiful.
The elements that he uses here it gave me some chills, man. One thing. I don't know if you know about this. I don't know if you know this about me, but and it's something that my wife and I have in common. We love the 80s aesthetic. We love those flashbacks, and people say flashback, but those 80s vibe, synthesizers, and those vibes, those pop.
Yeah.
80s classic vibe, and he brings it to this song. And I do not know, was this song released before? I don't know.
Man, I don't know. I
don't know.
I don't think it did. Song. I don't remember this song from any of his records.
Yeah, because when I listened to this record when he released, I had listened to this record before. When he released it, back into 2021, and I remember enjoying this song, and first track and third track being my favorite ones. Yeah, and I didn't listen. I didn't listen to I had never listened to those songs before, and also his Wings, which is a great song, and I think this is it's a new song. I don't know when, where, and these ones were released. But anyway,
yeah, I think the idea of him putting out these records of early work is not just another version of some of things that he put out. I think it's some songs that didn't make the cut, into the album.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
and he was, I don't know, eager to release them,
It's true. I remember him saying that.
And I prefer that people do that other than releasing freaking singles.
That's it. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, just
I
put them in
remember. I remember him saying about this are songs that didn't have a house.
Yeah.
So
that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now he did that.
Uh-huh.
He did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I looked here, Mercy Triumph, and that's the only connection that I see. Like it only appears the version from this album, so I don't think he released it before.
It's true. Now on the one that before, it's 1 hour length, the 1 hour long, 15 songs.
The volume 1, you mean?
Volume 1, volume 1, yeah. And it says it's songs from 2002 and 2005. And these, again, are songs that didn't have a house. And I think there are songs that he had already released as well. But anyway, we'll probably get there.
We will.
Aren't we?
We definitely will.
Yeah.
Man,
and it's funny, like, big artists that became references to me, and they all came from you, and they are on my top since then, which is this guy, John Mark, John Foreman as with Streetfoot, of course, but as a solo artist.
Yeah.
Wow. And on that list, I will put Patrick Park. He's not a Christian, but he probably is a Christian, but I mean, he's not a Christian on his songs, right? On his music. But like singer-songwriters, this list is like, it's a great name, names of singer-songwriters.
Yeah. Patrick Park is like, I think there are a few artists too that I'm always listening to because of you. Like one of the bands that became my favorite in life, you introduced them to me, which is Mumford and Sons. Like I have no words to thank you for that.
Oh my God.
And it's crazy that Mumford and Sons became a favorite not only for me, but my wife also loves them. Like
it's amazing.
Like she keeps telling me like, hey, we have to go to a concert from them before they completely go separated, because we've already lost one, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna be possible, because Marcus Mumford is touring solo for a while now because he released his album.
Yeah, but I've seen them cooking something as Mumford.
Oh man, don't play with my heart.
No, yeah, I've seen it, and they'll probably be back with a new record. But I don't know. I don't have my expectations are just controlled now for them.
Okay.
But I just love his voice and what they do.
Yeah.
Someone who released a new single today is The Killers. The Killers has a new single.
I just saw it.
Yeah.
I entered in my new releases part here on Spotify, and I was like, okay, what is this?
Yeah. The Killers, man. I have some strong considerations about The Killers, about their latest records.
Yeah.
But I still love them so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's gonna be next week, I think. It's gonna be a new Foster the People. I don't know if you kept listening to them, but it's a band that I enjoy.
I listen to them like sometimes. It's not that frequent.
Yeah, I like them a lot, and my wife also started loving it, as well as my wife loves Mumford, Young the Giant, Foster the People.
Oh yeah, my wife also loves Young the Giant. Man.
Yeah. And I'm trying to get her into the Cooks. Remember the Cooks? I love the Cooks. Yeah,
I do.
But we have a lot in common.
So it's a 5 out of 5 from this dude. I don't think there is anything from him that I've listened to that it's not perfect. Like
it's not. Yeah. Look, so people can already understand and know that John Mark Josh Garrels. It's going to be all 5 out of 5.
Yeah, there is
I'm just saying this now. I'm just letting you guys know that it's going to be all 5 out of 5.
It's easy to,
That's it. That's going to be,
Yeah.
it's going to be it. Right? So now,
now we got it. It's
Now we
that
got it.
time. So now it's you who chooses 2, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you start.
All right.
I think you're gonna go nuts with my choice, but anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
So I think you're going to go nuts with one of my choices.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one is Adele.
Bring it on.
I want to go with Adele. This is
Just like that.
just like that. Adele from 2015, 25. Okay. Because
Nice.
we're following her discography. So it's the album 25 by Adele, released in 2015. It's not my favorite record, but it's got one of my favorite songs there, which is When We Were Young. I really love that song, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great album.
It's a great album. Okay, so this is my first one, and you're gonna go fucking nuts on my second one. So now you go.
All right. I had no idea about this dude coming out and releasing an album out of the blue. And it's been a while since I didn't listen to him, but I listened to one of his records like last year because I missed it. Like out of the blue, I just missed like listening to this dude's guitars and, his weirdness. So I introduce you to the new Jack White's. He just released an album called No Name.
Man, shit, that is amazing, man. It's amazing.
I didn't take your choice, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was afraid of that.
I was going to choose it next week because, anyway, just finish talking about it. I'll say something.
Because last year I remembered something that we talked about this album a few years ago, and then I was like, man, I miss Jack White's craziness. So I just went back and listened to his 2018 Boarding House Reach.
Yeah, which is his weirdest record ever.
Man, I was like, man, I miss this craziness and weirdness. And I just listened to the record once, and I was like, okay, I'm satisfied. I just needed a bit of weirdness in my life.
Man, this guy's amazing. He's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
This record, man, he released it. It's just out of the blue. Like out of the blue, he just announced that he was gonna give his record for the people who would go to his Third Man record store, physical store. So people were just going on this day, people just going there and getting the record. He was giving it, I think he was giving out for free just on that day, people that was going there. And then he said, so people could put it online. That's the record, put it online. And then we got all excited and shit, right? It's called No Name. Mm-hmm. This guy's amazing. Yeah. And then I think 1 or 2 weeks after he released it digitally. So it didn't take long for us to listen to. Yeah. So, man, I have
you listened to it?
Just once, yes.
Okay.
I listened to. I was gonna choose it next week.
I didn't, so I no idea what to expect.
Man, it's raw. Oh, it reminds us more of his first early works in White Stripes. It is. I think it's a great record. Of course, I have just listened to that just once because I was waiting. So that is amazing. Respect. Nice.
You were not expecting that from me, were you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's good. I'm just like Mr. White.
Okay.
I'm crazy. I do weird shit.
I I do weird shit. That's me. I do weird shit.
Yeah.
Remember, friends, and Joey. I'm Joey. I'm. Remember that he was hiding.
Yeah.
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 Man, listen. You have no idea what you're about to get.
Okay.
It is not the first album of Frank Sinatra. I told you I was going to choose that. I will. I almost chose it for last week and this week. But this week, I came across a guy that we all know him. You know him. The whole fucking world knows this guy. And I was like, man, I haven't listened properly to this guy, but even though I'm a fan, but I don't know his discography very well. So we're gonna start.
Okay.
We're gonna start. His record is the first record. It was released in 1980.
Okay.
1980. It's a short record. It's got 31 minutes. It's pure 80 rock. And it's called Bryan Adams.
Okay.
Bryan motherfucking Adams. His first record, it's self-titled.
I had no idea you were going to go there.
Exactly, man.
And this is Mr. Bryan Adams, not Ryan Adams.
Exactly. My God, this record's so good. I came across his first record this week and I was like, what?
Man, it's short. It's really short.
It's short. But it's so fun and so, so many bands, worship this guy. What he did for rock, for 80s rock, right? Because the 80s, it's so prolific, man, because 80s, we have 80s rock, 80s pop, 80s heavy metal, there's 80s jazz. So we have so many good music from the 80s. And this is a genre from the 80s that it's really fun. And I really like it. I really enjoy it. So, and there you go. We're gonna listen to that. Nice. That record. Let's do that.
It's gonna be beautiful. Another beautiful week ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm excited. We have 80s rock. We have crazy rock with Jack White, and we have crazy vocals by Adele.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Let's do that.
Unexpected week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Let's go.
I have some other stuff here for some other weeks, but I have to listen to it first. Like some other artists that I like, but I gotta see if it's good enough to come here.
To bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have something too. Some things too. We'll see.
We'll see.
Man, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my man. Beautiful week as well.
Yes.
As always.
Keep talking, all right?
All right.
Have a good one.
Peace, bro.
Peace.